How's everyone this evening? Well, it seems that smart people are actually leaving the Democratic Party, which is fucking laughable. Now, I believe that once someone wakes up and realizes how much of an idiot they were at the time, that they come to their senses and realize the Democratic Party is full of dumbasses. That's like somebody who, for years, claim the Church of Scientology is a wonderful place to be, until they realize what a bunch of fucking hypocrites, right? What a bunch of fucking hypocrites, And I'm laughing because actual smart people are actually leaving the Democratic Party. Now, Kenneth Owens started the Blexit, that black people are also leaving the Democratic Party because they finally seen the light, finally see the hypocrisy of what the party's doing. Now, ever since the controversy over the moronic individual who basically became a laughingstock in collegiate women's swimming and diving. As a guy, he was doing okay. Then all of a sudden, he decided to lose his and decide to make biological women work even harder. In my opinion, it's chicken shit. It's bullshit. It's dumb. And I watched a footage of 3 women that were Democrats and have walked away from the party because the Democrats don't give a shit about women unless there's a cause that they fakely back. Feminists are hypocrisy that has no bounds. Especially the raging hemorrhoid, constantly, periodically, constipated vaginally, feminazis. Who cause men the problem on this planet. No, actually, toxic feminism is the problem, as well as there is toxic masculinity on both sides, so they're both the problem. So, feminism is toxic femininity. They're like a walk-in hemorrhoid that's growing. Constantly bleeding from the orifice of the hemorrhoid. Now, it's really No, I mean, we all know that Trump won. We all know that Trump won the election, and it was stolen because Democrats were pissed off, angry, whiny, bitchy, mopey because somebody was fucking up their game, fucking up their global Ponzi scheme. You know, and here for 4 years, everything was going great. Everything was going great. Until the Democrats got a wild hair up their ass and became a flaming, bleeding hemorrhoid that won't stop bitching, whining, complaining, and moping. Now, in common sense, really, I would say you got some rhinos that are the same fucking way. They're all hypocrites, and they're a bunch of bleeding hemorrhoids that just don't stop complaining, whining, but he's fucking up our Ponzi scheme. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Hey, here's a guy with balls. Where's yours? Oh, it's in the vault, bottom of the ocean, where the Titanic lies, which is really the Olympic that sunk. It's not really the Titanic, it's the Olympic. The Olympic was scrapped, which is really the Titanic. Hot evidence of a fraud and murder in 1912. Now, where should we go next? Well, it's funny that smart people are actually leaving the Democratic Party because it's like CNN is completely becoming the bigger butt of a joke. Instead of being the bleeding hemorrhoid, they became the walking a walking vagina that's continuously having the yeast infection. Not the kind you need to make bread, but it's the kind that some dumb cunt has right in their vaginal area. Like Hillary. Of course, it's all about how can we fuck up the economy even more? They're blaming Putin for those gas prices. Well, guess what? No, it wasn't Putin. Guess who's in the house now? Creepy, sleepy Joe Biden. Well, our gas problems is caused by Putin. He is the one that... Look, this is like blaming Trump all over again. Okay? Blaming Putin for gas prices like blaming Trump for Nancy Pelosi having hemorrhoids that's been flaring for 30 years. And it's also like they're blaming Trump for Hillary taking a dump on the subbar at Wendy's. Oops. Of course, anybody that's dumb enough, literally dumb enough to stay within the Democratic Party for over 6 decades and more, or whatever, like Dianne Feinstein. This dumb ancient cunt should have been gone a long time ago. This aging, flaming hemorrhoidal cunt has been in office been in politics since 1960. That's what, fucking 70 years? No, 60 years? Like, come on. She's so old, she queefs dust. She's so old, her breast milk is like salt. Like, what the fuck, you know? I'm like, shit. I think anybody, okay, anybody who is still in office and is nearly mid-80s, like between mid-70s to mid-80s, should step down right now. Nobody wants to see a walking, talking, anal bleeding corpse that complains and bitches and whines still in office. You know, I mean, look at fucking Chuck Schumer. He looks like he woke up on the wrong side of the bedpan or something like that, you know. Or stepped in the slippers that Pelosi shit in. Goddamn cat. Fucking Nancy. I mean, have you looked at Maxine Waters? She looks like she stole the hair of fucking James Brown, dude. Like, hey, Maxine, James Brown called. He says, hey, you cunt, get him back his hair. Or do you? I mean, Maxine Waters, in a way, looks like James Brown in drag. And she's ruining the look. You don't see her. I mean, thank God we don't see her do the nut bounce on the Senate floor. No. God, no. I just hope she got no nut, because that'll be fucking disgusting as hell. Okay. Now, let's be honest here, folks. Nobody wants to see Maxine Waters do the James Brown nut bounce or nut, because that would drive somebody into alcoholism. I want to drink all this, just forget about it. And what probably would, is like, what did it say in the Senate ruling where Maxine Waters is doing the James Brown ball bounce or the nut crushing bounce? Oh, no. But truthfully, once you reach that age where you start getting Medicare and all that shit, you should retire. You should resign. Period, folks. I don't want to see that shit. I don't think anybody would want to see that shit, you know. I don't want to see that shit. I mean, you look at Maxine Waters, Dianne Feinstein, Pelosi, Chucky Schumer. I mean, all these old fuckers. There should be an age limit until we reach a certain age. Also, a term limit. These old fuckers keep getting reelected. Why don't they retire and go to their nursing home where they could drink battery acid and fucking croak at their age? but I do agree that, look, if you reach that certain age where if you're almost in your almost at 90, adios, chinchilla crotch. I mean, Dianne Feinstein is like a fucking fossil, man. I mean, come on now, dude. She's the one that did the, she's the one that did the, that bill, and she says, if I got one more vote, Mr. America, hand in your guns. No, you stupid, stifling, grotesque of life, bitch. Nobody's going to turn in their weapons, because as long as there's a Second Amendment, also, as long as there's the Dick Act of 1902, guess what? You cannot repeal the Second Amendment, you trifling trouser stain. And I mean, dude, a gun is not an assault weapon. Okay? It's a tool for self-defense, period, for free men to defend themselves against tyranny. Not just hunting, but to fight against tyranny. That's why we have the Second Amendment. And a lot of these anti-gun cocksuckers, look, you don't have to have a gun to defend yourself, you stupid fuck. And they say the NRA are causing mass murder. Go fuck yourself. The NRA is a lobbying group for the Second Amendment, you trifling turd stain. That's all they are. They support the Second Amendment. They've been around since what? In the 1800s and shit? What the fuck? The right of the people to keep their arms. Oh. But the thing is, you know, I mean, a lot of these Democrats, they have armed security while they want to take away guns, but they make it out to, we need to stop these criminals. But in their language, we got to take away the gun from the citizens because we don't want them to attack us because we're taking away their rights. That's true, you fuckers. And guess what? The people are not going to give up their guns, man. I tell you what, they're not going to do it. As long as they got the Second Amendment, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, man. And the thing is, smart people have realized how dumb they became when they were Democrats. It's like a Scientologist that's been brainwashed for 30 years realizing, what the fuck have I been doing? Stupid. You're so far brainwashed and your head was so far up your ass, you realize see, the Democratic Party is kind of like the Church of Scientology, in a way. And full of stupid people. Yeah. Full of stupid people. And I have no patience and no tolerance for stupid people who I call dumbasses. Right? Even my viewer agrees. They're all dumbasses. You know what I'm saying? I want to guess that's probably Tyler Baggins, huh? Let's watch it. How you doing, man? Well, I mean, it's joking aside here. There's a lot of controversy over this, who I refer as a non-bio female. Well, rephrase that. A non-bio dumbass is trying to make a joke out of women's sports and women's swimming. I think if you were born a certain gender, stick to that sport. Because there's a difference between men and women. Men have that broader body that gives them the advantage over women. Women have that stature where, I mean, look, if a guy decides to become a non-bio female and enters women's sports like track and field or swimming, it pretty much gives a biological female a huge, highly disadvantage, which is, in my opinion, complete bullshit. If you want to swim as a non-bio lab hypocrisy, create your own, because you don't see women becoming non-bio males to compete in men's sports, because by doing that they have, like as women, biological women, they have to work even much harder. That's why you have men's sports and women's sports. Period. Now, in my opinion, I think that any athlete that transforms from one gender to another and does the sport of that particular one gender should be banned. Period. Their win completely null and void. The record gone. The name asterisk with a middle finger in the FU. That's my opinion. And it has caused a lot of controversy, because I have a niece, and my concern is if she goes into college, or high school or college, and wants to compete in women's sports, say like softball or volleyball, softball or track or swimming, and she competes against not just other bio females, but a mutant from a lab. My niece, like any other biological female, would have to work much, much harder, and would have a huge disadvantage, where a mutant who went from man to a lab created female, I mean, that there is completely a huge disadvantage. If you want to swim as a female, that's fine, but do it where you have your own class. If you want to do a transitional, where it's swimming, track, whatever, Do it that way. Don't transform from one to another to compete with it, into this particular sport to give other females, other women, a much bigger disadvantage. Because to me, that's bullshit. If you're born a male, stick with male sports. Because all you're doing is making women that are born women much harder to make them. Basically, you're making them work much harder. That's bullshit. And you become an embarrassment. You will be a butt of every joke, which this person became, because pretty much you did to yourself. You did it to yourself. You can't blame anybody else but yourself, because I mean, if you're doing good in men's sports, men's swimming, you did pretty good. But in women's swimming, you're basically again, you're making a biological born woman work even much harder. That's bullshit. It's bullshit, you know. And I don't believe in it. If you got the body of a dude, a guy, and you transition into a woman, a non-biological woman, all you're going to do is make a joke out of women's sports, and you should be banned for life. Look, I don't care what anybody says to me. I don't give a shit. Okay. My generation is a generation of zero fucks to give, and I have zero fucks to give. And if somebody don't like what I'm saying, I'm sorry. I give zero fucks about your feelings, man. That's how I am. I give zero fucks about your feelings politically. I don't care. Because what this person did has made women work much harder. Now, this mutant lost today in the 200 meter. Now, if this person was supposed to be breaking records, all of a sudden it's like she finished 5th. Could it be that this person is feeling the effects of this controversy and shit? Or was this person holding back? I don't know. But this person be stripped of the Division 1A title and give it to the person who finished second behind it or him. Because frankly, this woman who finished second is the real winner. Because I mean, again, I'll be honest. Again, anybody that transition should be banned for life, for even competing, and have that record null and void. Because all it's doing, I mean, you have women even in high school suffering the same fucking thing. If you're a guy who transitioned into a mutant chick, you should be banned for even competing. Stick to your sport. Just because you're a dude who ran track, who's the best guy, period, becomes a chick, you should be banned for life. And frankly, I don't give a shit of what someone says to me. I don't care. You know, they're saying no. Oh, what? They're saying no. Men who are women can now have periods. Go fuck yourself. Do anybody who thinks a guy who becomes a chick says that men can have periods and give birth, put down the fucking hooch, you alcoholic motherfucker. Put down the dumbass juice. Understand this: men and women, completely different. Women can give birth. Us guys, we plant the seed. We don't receive the seed. I'm just going to move on. Women is like a garden. The life grows like a plant grows on earth. We're the ones that plant the seed that fertilizes the earth, the earth, and a being is born. I'm leaving it that way. Now I'm going to move on. And I mean, this is complete bullshit, folks. Complete bullshit. And you have another individual born from a lab, was in a candidate for Woman of the Year. Whoever thought of that must be really dead drunk. I swear. I drink coffee, I don't drink. You know, I mean, anybody who thinks like that, put down the fucking hooch. Straight up, no more, no less. Big time, big time. Holy crap. Alright, folks, this is good old Grandmaster Evan, and this is, if you're new to this channel, please share this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, Godspeed.